¿Qué pasó, familia? Welcome back to Northside LDN, caramba. Po, 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 po. Esa murió y mi mamá está llorando y yo sigo así. Po, 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 po. Listen, make sure you like and hit the bell notification. Make sure you're subscribing. Listen, we're going to get into a lot of players that have been linked to Arsenal. Well, a few different ones, and some may surprise you in some of the news that I've been seeing surrounding Arsenal. But listen, for me, I've titled this Arteta, Arsenal better go serious in January, or Arteta better go get his P45. And that is what I want to see. Yeah, I want to see chest. I want to see planning. I want to see us going after big players, because at the end of the day, we're in first place and it's time to be serious and take this title race serious and actually throw everything at it to go and win the Premier League. And so we should, because at the end of the day, at the stature of this club, we should be going for it. And in the position that we are, which I have to give praise to Arteta and I have to give praise to the players, if we're going to continue on this path and continue to push Man City the whole way, we know that the squad is very light and we need to be upgrading the squad. For me, I'd personally be upgrading the starting 11, but there you go. Listen, let's get straight into it, caramba. Let's get into the first player being linked to Arsenal. Well, being linked to Arsenal, not too sure. We've been advised to go for Ounahi. Ounahi, the midfielder, the central midfielder that played in the World Cup for Morocco. He plays at the moment for Algiers. Obviously, he's they've been saying that Chancellor Marcus put him down as £3.5 million. You already know, with the A-star performance, one of the star boys for Morocco, this price tag is going to go up. And this is definitely a player that I want to go for. I know I've been saying a lot of times I want Premier League proven players. This guy has gone up. I didn't even know about this guy, if I'm going to be completely honest. Before the World Cup started, I didn't know about this guy. Do I want this guy at Arsenal now after seeing his performance against Portugal, his performance against France? Listen, Morocco were very unlucky not to get the win against France. They did everything. They bossed that game against France. They bossed Portugal. They bossed France. The only thing is they don't have a striker. But Ounahi has been one of the players that was their star, was turning up every game, was literally dragging Morocco and gave us amazing football. The guy is techie. When I was seeing him, the way he was just getting the ball, it looked like Jogo Bonito. Any of you lot that ever played FIFA Jogo Bonito, you already know what time it is. FIFA Street, sorry. If you ever saw Jogo Bonito, the Nike advert, and you'd see in the changing room the Brazilian teams doing the little keep ups and the little flicks and tricks. This guy was one of the Moroccan players that was sourcing. I think he was sourcing the most. And not just sourcing and having little tricks and going nowhere. We've seen players that have that. He has that kind of FIFA Street kind of flair, kind of like Tarat. I remember Tarat had that for Benfica and for QPR. He's got that, but he's also got an eye for a pass. His control he's got very, very good close control. He's a very good dribbler of the ball. Only 22 years old. Before this World Cup, he was valued at 3.5 million. But that's probably going to go up to I'd say about 40 million, 30, 40 million. For me, Ounahi, the way he played for Morocco, he played with heart. He put everything on the line. He was absolutely ripping it apart against Portugal. And I think against France, he was part of the reason why Morocco outplayed France. They outplayed them. They didn't get the goals, but they outplayed him. Football-wise, they outplayed them. And if they had a couple of strikers, then Ounahi would have more assists and Morocco would be in the finals of the World Cup. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, this is why I say goals win games, not possession, not flicks and tricks. But I love players with flair because it's something that's coming out of the game. You got a lot of guys like Mbappe, and I'm not saying that Mbappe isn't a threat. Mbappe just kick and run. A lot of times he hasn't got those mazy runs. He hasn't got the close control. He's not somebody that can beat a man with a trick or beat a man one-on-one unless he can beat you one-on-one, but he's only got one trick, which is kick it past you and try out blitz you on a off the mark run, which as if he's playing as if he's performing for the Olympics, as if it's a 100-meter sprint. But listen, Ounahi is definitely a player that for me I did not know going into the World Cup, and I would take at Arsenal. I would pay about 30 odd million pounds for him, and I think he's made a very good He made a very good impression for himself. It kind of reminded me, Ounahi's World Cup performance kind of reminds me of James Rodriguez, the Colombian midfielder, and how he got his move to Real Madrid. coming from the Portuguese league. He had a very good performance for Colombia, and that really put him up there. And a lot of teams like Real Madrid and like other teams actually started to pay attention and think, who's this guy? So listen, Ounahi, I'd put in there. He's able to play center midfield. Is his prime position. He can play as an attacking midfielder, and he can also play defensive midfielder. I don't look at this guy as a defensive midfielder. For me, he's more attacking midfielder or central midfielder. He would be a great option for Xhaka. Obviously, Xhaka that's already 30, 31 years old. We need somebody that's going to take the reins from Xhaka. I know Xhaka's had a very good season, but what happens, Xhaka's out, we're down to Lokonga and Elneny. Neither one of them are good enough. Ounahi, for me, is better than Lokonga from what I've seen, and he's better than Elneny. So for me, it's already an upgrade straight away. This guy is absolutely sourcing. Mikel Arteta and Edu, get the finger out the ass and go and get this signing done. I don't want to hear no excuse about because I saw Arteta's quotes about saying if we identify the right player. Bro, I'm already identifying players, yeah? Apparently, it's out there. I saw it on one football app that it's been suggested for Arsenal to go in for Ounahi, and we're in for another Moroccan player. But Ounahi, I'll take like that. This is a player that, bro, he just got all the attributes to become a great player. Great touch, fast on the ball, very good decision-making in the final third, good dribbler, everything that you need with a midfielder. And I think he's going to elevate. Now, the only problem here is this. It's not just been us that's been watching this guy. Obviously, teams like Liverpool, Man City, Real Madrid, Barcelona, all the big clubs around the world are also going to be looking at him. At the moment, Arsenal can't offer Champions League football. But being at top of the league going into January, it looks more likely than not we're going to get Champions League football next season. But Ounahi could look at it and say, why would I come to Arsenal when I could go to a team like Real Madrid that will be up there, potentially winning the Champions League? Are Arsenal going to win the Champions League? Not if we don't strengthen in January, not if we start being more ambitious than getting players like Lokongas and Nuno Tavares and Cedrics and players like that. We need to be now shopping in a higher caliber and actually showing that ambition and showing these players that we mean business. But listen, at the end of the day, you never know. He may want to play. We got Mudryk that's gone out there and said that he'd prefer to play for Arsenal starting than going to Real Madrid and sitting on the bench. If Ounahi has that same desire to leave an actual football heritage and actually have, like my friend Mourinho says, football heritage. Football heritage. If he wants football heritage and he actually wants a proper career and not be a bench boy collecting trophies, being on the bench and not being used, come to Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? And listen, I would pay 30, 40 mil. They may price him even more. Obviously, Algiers are going to know. The more teams interested, the higher the price is going to rocket up. But if we're after him, then we need to act quick and not wait for, Liverpools of this world, Tottenham's, Man United's, Man City's, all these teams and other big teams from abroad to go in for the guy. Do you know what I'm saying? He probably could get priced out of, his age range, 22. He works with the Project Youth, if that's what you want to go down. But go and get this done, caramba. Vamos ensinar o gajo. Esse gajo joga mesmo. Esse mesmo jogador de verdade. That's what we call in Portugal, jogador de verdade. A proper player. This Ounahi guy, bro, I'm impressed. I'm sold on him. Do you know what I'm saying? And I was already supporting him because it was Wakanda. He broke my heart. He broke my heart, the fact that Morocco beat Portugal. But they beat us fair and square. And they were just so unlucky against France. And the resilience from these guys, man. You know what I mean? The bicycle kicks and everything. Like the way they were hitting the poles, the way they were driving at France. Like France, France that got world-class players in every position. These guys, man, if they had a striker, France would have been done for. But it is what it is. Ounahi, let me know in the comments. Would you take Ounahi? I would take him. Yeah, I would take him, but I'm not expecting Arsenal to be the only club interested. But let's go and let's put the most concrete offer, because at the end of the day, everything is speculation until clubs actually start putting bids down and actually contacting the player. If Arsenal go in first, we can go get him. Listen, he's not the only Moroccan, yeah? Don't go anywhere, caramba. Don't go anywhere, because he's not the only Moroccan being linked to Arsenal, yeah? Today, some of the players that we've been linked to, this is what I want to see. This is what I want to see. Ounahi. And we also got Amrabat. Amrabat, another Moroccan midfielder that plays for Fiorentina, was obviously representing his country, Morocco, in the World Cup. That only just got knocked out by France. But absolutely, this guy was driving the whole midfield, defensive midfielder. And for me, levels above Elneny. Yeah, levels, bro. levels. And it wasn't, and this is the thing with Amrabat and Ounahi. It wasn't that they were only good for one game or two games. They were good consistently for their nation. And they deserve a big move. This guy's at Fiorentina. Transfer marks obviously got him valued at 10 million euros. You know you're not gonna be paying 10 million euros after his performance for Morocco. 26 years old, so he's entering his prime now. He's in his prime years. And if he can replicate the way he controlled the midfield and the form he showed for Morocco at Arsenal, then, you know, we would have an amazing player on our hands. Now, with Amrabat that is performed the way he has, knows that a lot of teams are going to be looking at him, would he want to come to Arsenal and sit on the bench? That is the only thing, because would he displace Partey in the Arsenal team? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. And like I said, Arsenal ain't really the type of club that's really going to be getting into bidding wars with other teams and stuff like that. So if we're serious about Amrabat and Ounahi, let's go for them now. Strike it early. Go in early. Don't wait for the last week of the transfer window, or wait for Man United to put a bid, or wait for Barcelona to put in a bid. Vamos agora. Let's be proactive and not reactive. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm going to lose it if we do not go in January and get proper business done. I don't care what it costs. I don't care, because whatever you spend now, you save in the summer. So it's the same difference. I don't want to hear no chat. The more business you get done now, we don't have to do it in the summer. And we've got something that we're fighting for. We've already let Basuma go to Spurs. We let Bruno Guimaraes go to Newcastle. We've already let a lot of targets that we've had in the last couple of windows go to other teams. Are Arsenal going to wait to see what everybody else does and then tries to react? No. Let's have a clear plan. These guys always say clear plan all the time. Oh, Arsenal's got a war chest. Oh, Arsenal going in for that. All these men that say that they're journalists and we're going for this, we're going for that. Then go for them, because the rumors start way before the window starts. Why do we take so long to get business done? Amrabat absolutely bossed the midfield against Portugal. Bossed the midfield against France. This guy was saucing. Yeah, him and Ounahi, for me, were the best players. Not because they're linked to Arsenal. They were the best players. And I saw everybody that was talking about it. They were the best players for Morocco. These guys, no one can tell me that we can't go out and get Amrabat and Ounahi if we're serious. But we need to be fast, and we need to show them that they are going to be part of this, well, I hate to say the word, but project, because I can't think of a better word. And that the club really wants them, and they will come. You know, obviously, I understand. If a Bayern Munich came in for them, for Ounahi and Amrabat, if a Real Madrid, if a Barcelona, I can understand us losing. But at least try, at least go for it. At least try and get the player. You never know. Try and get the player. Because a lot of people would think, with, Mudryk, I mean, if his quotes is to be believed, you'd think, if Mudryk has the option, Real Madrid or Arsenal, where are you going? A lot of people think the player would say Real Madrid, but the guy said, I'd rather go to Arsenal if I'm going to be playing. And Amrabat and Ounahi will definitely be playing. They're not going to just be holding bench. You know what I'm saying? Then Amrabat could definitely give competition to Thomas Partey, and Ounahi will definitely give Granit Xhaka competition, and Granit Xhaka will have to continue his good form this season if he was to stay in the starting 11. This is how you get your team to be competitive. For them to know, look over the bench and see, bro, I need to bust a gut in training. I need to make sure I'm sleeping right, my diet's right, that I'm giving my all. I'm making sure that guy on the bench that's hungry ain't getting a sniff. That is how you get the best of all these players, of Martinelli, Saka, Gabriel Jesus, all of these guys. You're not going to continuously get the best out of them if every time they look at the bench, they're looking at bums like Nuno Tavares, that is a Portuguese Lisbon 100-meter sprinter, bums like Rob Holding, that the only thing that's ever improved about him is his hairline, and bums like flipping, what's his name? Lokonga. Do you know what I'm saying? We need better, and this is the kind of recruitment that I want to see. Players that are going to push our starting 11, if not, start over them. You know, those are the problems that we need. We need those kind of problems. Who do you play? Amrabat or Partey? Who do you play? Xhaka or Ounahi? You know what I'm saying? For me, I'd start Ounahi, because this kid is cold, ice cold. You know, when you see a baller, have you ever gone to Power League and you just stop for 2 minutes, like you watch a game before you're allowed into your cages, and you just start looking at it. You can quickly identify a baller. As soon as I saw this guy, Ounahi, in the World Cup, I was like, bro, this guy's a baller, bro. This guy is a baller. Do you know what I'm saying? He's showing me what I don't see for man like Lokongas and Fabi Vieiras and people like that. So let me know. Would you take Amrabat? I would definitely take Amrabat. I know it is a little bit risky just going off of the World Cup, but these guys kept doing it against big nations like Portugal, like France, You know, these guys were turning up. So I'll take the punt and go for it. You know, what's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen? You know what I mean? But let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Now, let's go into Bargain Bucket. Bargain Bucket, 75% off, 2 for £1, 50% off, buy one, get one free Bargain Bucket transfer list of Arsenal. Because this is all I keep saying. Es sempre a misma porcaria. 50% off, 20% off, 60% off. Bro, I'm sick and tired, bro. Is this guy coming or not? Because all I keep saying is Arsenal make final attempt to seal cut price deal with club. Very tempted by January transfer. Okay, so why is it not done? It's not that hard. Then this is why I don't believe these journalists. This guy, Lewis Oldham. I don't believe these guys, man. These bums are talking merda, man. Why have we not got it done? I don't understand why it takes so long. Tielemans, no secret. He wants to leave. Leicester, they want to sell because they know they can't let the guy go for nothing. Get it done. If we want him, get it done. I don't understand why we're dibble-dabbling about a midfielder that I don't even think, like I said yesterday, he ain't world class, man. I'm not even that mad. As long as we get another midfielder, I'm not even too pressed if we don't get Tielemans. If we're not getting Tielemans, let's move on. It's like these journalists run out of stories. I'm literally sick and tired. Oh, it's imminent. Oh, Arsenal are close. Oh, Arsenal are going to put a final deal. Oh, Arsenal are going to go all in for bro. All these headlines and all this crap that they be coming out with, bro. These journalists don't know nothing. Most of them don't know nothing. You're gonna see, yeah. I'm gonna save the amount of stories, the amount of players that we're linked to, yeah. 95% of them is all crap. They don't even come to the club. I'm sick and tired of it. I take it with a pinch of salt. I'm not twerking for Tielemans. I don't care. I'm not twerking for this guy. You know what I mean? When I'm seeing man like Ounahi and stuff like that, I'm thinking, bro, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. There's other options out here. Do you know what I'm saying? There's other options because if Ounahi can keep up the form that he showed in Morocco, what can Tielemans really do that Ounahi can't do, bro? The guy is absolutely saucing. I think he's faster. He's faster off the mark than Tielemans. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's been a big thing with Tielemans. Some Arsenal fans want him, some Arsenal fans don't want him. And the big thing has been he's not the fastest. Well, Ounahi gives you that. And he gives you the creativity. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. And this is the problem when, you know, at the end of the day, there's other options. You know what I mean? When I make a man, not to find by the option. The option. You know what I mean? There's options, baby. There's options. You know what I mean? If you don't want to come Tielemans, there's another one. Another one. We just get another one. You know what I mean? That's how it is. I'm not even too pressed about Tielemans. So I'm just gonna move on about Tielemans because I'm not gonna lie, I'm sick and tired about talking about Tielemans. Another player I'm sick and tired of seeing links to as well is Milinkovic Savic in his obviously prime years, playing for Lazio. I think he's like 27, 26, 27. He's in his prime. But at the end of the day, how come nobody else is going and getting him? I hear a lot of things about he's the best midfielder in Serie A and he's this and he's that. How come it's always us? It's always Arsenal, Man United, Arsenal, Man United. And if Man United were serious about a player, you already know if Man United want a player, they go in to get that player. I have not seen Man United any concrete news about Man United actually putting a bid in for Milinkovic Savic. And Arsenal's the same thing. You know what I mean? It's getting to the point where is it his agent just trying to shop him around to, you know, make him get a renewed deal and get more money and say, oh, well, you know, he's linked to Man United. He's linked to Arsenal. You know, give us what we want in a new contract or whatever, or we're off or we're going to look elsewhere. You know, you already know the agents and players play games, you know, and they're always going to, when they want something, which is a contract renewal and things like that. I'm not sure if his contract's up, but he want a pay rise. They always use some of Europe's biggest clubs to make it seem like their agent or their player is more wanted than what he is, and to make the club panic and give them what it is. I don't know if that is what it is with Milinkovic Savic. I don't understand this hype with every transfer window. I can't rest. Non posso descansar, non posso chillar, non posso pôr os meus pés aqui em cima para chillar. Every transfer window I have to hear about Milinkovic Savic. I'm done with this guy. I don't care if we get Milinkovic Savic. I really don't care no more. It's got to the point where I'm done. I'm done with Milinkovic Savic, bro. Come, if you're coming, you're coming. If you're not, then I don't give a crap, bro. Like, it is what it is, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not really pressed by it. Fulham want to sign Suarez from Arsenal in January. Now, we've got Ben White playing as a right back. We've got Cedric. For me, Ben White has made, so far this season, he's made that position his own. I ultimately don't think that Ben White is good enough to consistently play right back. I think, again, the friendly, the Dubai Cup, yay! We won the Dubai Cup. You know what I mean? We won the Dubai Cup, flipping armpits in the air. You know what I'm saying? I wish I had the Dubai Cup here. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. We're Florida champions, and now we're the Dubai champions. You know what I mean? Why am I moaning? But listen, I saw at times Ben White not looking that great against an AC Milan that didn't even have all their players. A lot of them were away because they were in part of the World Cup, and now they're resting before the season starts up again. And I saw Ben White struggling at times and being put on his ass. And this is the thing. Ben White doesn't have the recovery pace. Ben White isn't a complete player. And defensively, I don't think he's that great. If I'm going to be completely honest, but he's had a good start to the season. Now, Ben White ain't a great right back in my opinion. Then you have Suarez that isn't a great right back either. We need to get another right back in my opinion. Someone that's on the level of Tierney that has the ability to go forward and affect the game in the final third, but he's also very solid as a defender. We don't need somebody that's just going to bomb forward. We got B-Tech Trent Alexander-Arnold already. We got Nuno Tavares. Yeah, decent going forward, but defensively woeful. You know what I mean? I'm not saying Trent is as bad as Nuno Tavares, but Nuno Tavares is kind of in that mode. We need somebody that's able to do both jobs, because at the end of the day, if you're a defender, your prime job is to defend. And for me, if we do let Cedric go to Fulham, then I would want to go in for Paulinho. Like, if we're going to be doing business for Fulham, go in for Paulinho. You know what I mean? Or Mitrovic. I mean, we need a striker. Maybe we'll go in for Mitrovic. It gives you a different option. I know he's not going to be, Arsenal's favourites because he hasn't got pace like Mbappe. He hasn't got a hairstyle like Neymar. You know what I'm saying? He's not the most like hippie player. I know they always got to be hippie like Ben White. You know what I mean? Even though he can't defend properly because he's got tattoos and he looks like he's gone Malia with his Don. He looks like he's gone Shagaloof. All of a sudden, he's a great player because he can take good Instagram pictures. It is what it is. Listen, I don't care, bro. Like, listen, you have to have different tools in your bag. You know what I mean? Not every job you need a spanner. Not every job you need a screwdriver. You need different tools. At the end of the day, if we don't get João Felix, I wouldn't mind going for Mitrovic. Mitrovic has been on fire for Fulham this season. Do you know what I'm saying? And for me, he'll bully defenders, offer something different. And when Jesus is back, when Jesus is not affecting the game the way we need, or we need someone that's going to, get the 3 points. Let's say we've got 20 minutes to go and we need a goal, and Jesus ain't getting a look in and he's getting bullied. If you put on Mitrovic for the next 25 minutes, you can get that goal. Do you know what I mean? Offering you something different. If a team can't defend properly against crosses, there you go, Mitrovic. As soon as you spam that ball in the box, Mitrovic, if he's on the end of it, more times out of not, it's a goal. So listen, if Fulham really do want to get Cedric, then I want Paulinho or I want Mitrovic. That's what I'm talking about. I'd rather go for both. Listen, I'd rather go for Paulinho and then go and get Rafael Leão or someone like that. But I wouldn't be mad at Arsenal going for a Mitrovic if we can't get other targets that are ahead of him. So it is what it is. What do you guys think of Cedric going to Fulham? Do Fulham need him, or do you rate Cedric? I personally don't think he's that great. I think he's I think he's got limitations for me, and I think there's better right backs out there. And he's just kind of a bench player, and all these bench players that ain't that great. Kind of want to get rid of, to be honest with you. So hopefully we can get some money, because you already know Arsenal. We love to just get the contract and just rip it. We just love to get your contract like that and just rip it apart. Don't worry about getting money for you. We rip it apart. You look at Leicester and they're trying to get money for Tielemans. They're trying to squeeze the last bits of juice. You know what I'm saying? When you got the carton and you got the last bit of juice, let's try to squeeze the last bit. Yeah, the guy don't want to sign a contract, but they want to get the last pound, the last penny. You know what I'm saying? For the transfer of Tielemans. Arsenal, all of us, I don't know when it's become popular to just rip up contracts, but we love to just rip up contracts. Don't worry about it. Or let you just go for free. Yeah? Let you go to the end of the season like Aubameyang, and we'll pay for your wages to the end of the season. But we can't sell you, but Barcelona are able to sell you and make a profit off of you. This is what I'm saying. So I'm just saying this is the difference between certain other clubs and Arsenal. We've got to be a lot smarter. So for Cedric, I mean, if we sell him, I'll be looking to sell him for about 15, 20 million pounds. He is 31 years old. I get that, but I don't think he's a trash player. I just think he's an average player. They haven't actually put how much has been touted for his services. I'd say 15 mil is not bad. 15 mil for a 31-year-old right back that isn't good enough to start for Arsenal, I think isn't bad. But I'd push to get 15 mil with add-ons, £5 million add-ons, performance-based add-ons. I think would be calm for Cedric. You know what I mean? So to push that up to 20 mil, I wouldn't be too bad. I'm drinking the Baileys today, you know what I mean? I have a little Baileys, got a chill out a little bit, you know what I mean? Man, I'm working 24/7, still giving you lot content every day. I'm doing my job, finishing, doing videos. So make sure you do me a favor. Don't be a filo da puta, yeah? Don't be a viado. Don't be a chupacabra. And make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Don't make me have to dash this slipper at your head the way my mom used to dash it towards me every time I used to misbehave when I was younger. Make sure you like and subscribe. Don't make me have to get the slipper out again and discipline you the way my mom used to discipline me, Angolan style. Yeah? So make sure you hit the like and subscribe. If you don't like the video, hit the dislike. I don't really, whatever. You're still helping me with the algorithm. So listen, big up to all of you lot. We will be getting into comments in a bit. Let's get into this. Now, I think yesterday when we were talking, some people don't mind Zaha coming to Arsenal. Some people do want him to come to Arsenal. Crystal Palace could now sell unplayable gem after new contract offer rejected. Crystal Palace look increasingly more likely to lose Wilfried Zaha on a free transfer at the end of the season, after recent reports suggested the Ivory Coast international has rejected the Eagles' latest transfer offer. Zaha, 30, is approaching free agency ahead of his contract expiring next summer. Rumored to be wanted by a handful of Premier League clubs as well as a host of foreign sides, the 30-year-old, who is understood to want to play in the Champions League, seems to be edging closer to Selhurst Park exit door. Listen, right, he's played for Crystal Palace for 10 years now. Over 10 years. Rah, that's mad. That is mad. Has he really been there that long? I can't believe that he's been there that long. Listen, for me, listen, hindsight is a beautiful thing, but the move that he had to Man United when he was a lot younger, when he was coming up, was premature. But the player he's become at Crystal Palace is become excellent. I think I would go for a Zaha, and I would even go for a Zaha over Mudryk if you ask both of them, because of this. With Zaha, a lot of players now, if he looks after himself, you can still keep him at his peak for the next 2 to 3 years. He would be able to come in January and be able to affect the team like this. There's no pukaria about adjustment period. There's no pukaria about, oh, he needs time, he needs this. No, he's ready right now. And buying in January, especially if you're in the title race, top of the league right now, and going up against a Man City team that is stacked with quality on and off the bench, we need to reinforce with players, top players like Zaha. So he gives you the instant impact. He knows the league. He's a very top player, one of the best players in the league. Let's keep it real. I know he plays for Crystal Palace, but he's one of the best wingers in the league. Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. Knows how to find the back of the net and will instantly offer competition to our wingers, to Martinelli, to Sakas, to these players that we've got that also need to be helped and need to be rotated. We've got a lot of football to be played, and we need that. We can offer him European football that Crystal Palace can't. It looks like we're definitely going to get Champions League, so we can at least get Champions League football next season. And at the end of the day, we can match it. We can give him the wages that he needs. Now, you go for a Mudryk. I get it. He's young. He's got the Backstreet Boys haircut. He looks like what's that guy, Nick from Backstreet Boys? You know what I mean? You remember when he had the cutting hairstyles? If any of you, if you're a 90s baby like me, you'll remember that. You know what I mean? He's got the 90s curtains hairstyle. Do you get what I'm saying? He's young. He looks athletic. He looks like another one, like Ben White, that's going to go Malia with his dons. That's going to go, shagaloof with the mandem. Do you know what I'm saying? So one of them ones, I get why people like Mudryk, but let's be real. We don't know how good Mudryk is. He's coming from the Ukrainian league. Let that seep in, because a lot of people disrespect Portuguese league, French league, German league, all these leagues that are above the Ukrainian league. So I know he's performed in some games in the Champions League, but at the same time, you don't know if you can adjust to the Premier League. Zaha is available. Crystal Palace are not the kind of club that are going to be able to let him go for free. Plus, they got Patrick Vieira. I'm sure if we give them a decent amount of money, they will let us take Zaha if they're compensated all right. At the end of the day, next summer his transfer runs out, so they don't have much bargaining power. I think Crystal Palace always overpriced Zaha out of a move. I don't think Zaha's left Crystal Palace because nobody wanted Zaha. It's because they wanted 80s, 70 million, and there was a lot of other players around Europe at the time that had higher profiles, that had better stats, etc., more hype around them, and that's why Zaha got overlooked. Zaha would have been taken to one of the top 6 big teams if he was valued at 40, 50 mil. But because it was always 75, 70 mil plus, hitting 80 mil at one point, that's why. I think at the moment, with only a couple of months left on this contract, if we are able... if we're able to get Zaha in for about 40 mil, 40 mil, maybe with a few add-ons or something like that, 35 to 40 mil, I would be happy with that. I think that'd be decent, and we can get him in, and he can spur us on. Because at the end of the day, do you really want to be filling this squad right now in January with a bunch of Fabi Vieiras that are basically in really low leagues, that they're now jumping to the best league, need to adapt to a new country, a new style, a new way of life, and also adapt to the most physical league in the world? We're not the most technical. I think the most technically gifted league is La Liga, but we're definitely the most physical. Now, Mudryk, like João Felix, isn't the biggest guy on the pitch. You know, they still look a little bit lightweight for this league. Maybe they won't be. Maybe they will be like Alexis Sanchez, that isn't the biggest guy, but he knows how to throw his weight around, like Gabriel Jesus as well now, that we've got now. Maybe it might be that case, but why not go for somebody like Zaha? I just think it's crazy not to do it. I just think it's crazy, in my opinion. We already made that decision. Listen, we already made that mistake when we went for Pepe. We went for Pepe over Zaha, who was the more ideal player right now for this Premier League. Pepe is out there in Nice. I think it's in Nice. He's playing out on loan back in the French league, the so-called farmers leagues. Yeah, that a lot of English fans call the Farmers League. Zaha's still at Crystal Palace, still sourcing, still playing very good football under Patrick Vieira with Elise and Eze and all them, man. Which Elise and Eze are 2 midfielders that I would take as well, because I think those boys are absolutely class. Absolute class ballers, man. You know what I'm saying? So there's a few at Crystal Palace I would take. But right now, I just think is the perfect time to go and get Zaha. I think he's still in his prime. If he looks after himself, we'll get a good 2-3 years out of it. And it kind of reminds me a little bit how Man United got Van Persie. Remember when we had Van Persie? Man United, obviously Fergie saw Man City won the league. He needed a striker. Van Persie was already in his 30s. He knew he'd only get a season or 2 out of him, still at that level. And it got him a Premier League title. Does Fergie look back and say, oh, I had to pay X amount of money to get him? When you get that Premier League title, who cares if you spent that money? You've now got the money of winning the league. You've now got the money of the Champions League. You're now more prestigious club. You now can get more money for your sponsorship deals, on the shirts and around and surrounding the club now, because you're now the champion. So you'll get that money back if you go for it and actually perform well and win the league. So at the end of the day, winning creates money. The reason that Man United are as big and as wealthy as they are, and Real Madrid, is because of them being successful on the pitch first. Their money's come from success. So if we want success as well, let's go and splurge 40, I'd say about 40, 45 mil for Zaha. Let's go get him in, and he can hit the ground running. He can perform now. And then when Saka is burning out a little bit, or when we need rotation because we've got cup matches and stuff, we can rotate the squad. You can rotate the squad however you want, but you've got quality off the bench. So for me, like I said, that's my case for us going for Zaha. I would take Zaha right now. Mudryk, I'd rather go for him in the summer. I would have talks with him and his agent and say, listen, we don't have the money to do everything that we want to do right now. If you can hold on, we will go for you in the summer, or we'll put some sort of agreement. We'll go for you in the summer and offer you what you want, X, Y, and Z. Maybe we could do something like that. Listen, the player may take it, he may not take it. We got to do what's best for us at the end of the day. And I think what's best for Arsenal is to go for Zaha. If I'm wrong and we go for Mudryk, which it seems like we are going to go for Mudryk, I'm not going to be hating on the kid if we go and get Mudryk and the guy is crack, profissional, jogador de verdade, jogador que joga muito bem. I'm not going to be mad. I'm going to be like, you know what? Cool. Do you know what I'm saying? But after the Pepe, maybe I'm a little bit more wary and thinking maybe the right player to go for is closer to home that than we would like to believe. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, everything is a risk, but at the end of the day, I mean, I just think Zaha's just ready to go. And I think that's something that's missing from this team. Players that are just ready to go. And also, look, this is the last thing I'm going to say about Zaha. When you buy players that are ready to go, you see the instant impact. We bought Zinchenko, and you can see his impact on the squad when he's been in. We bought Thomas Partey, yeah, and you see straight away his impact on the squad. We bought Gabriel Jesus, and you see the impact on this squad, yeah. We're punching above what we all predicted we would be at, the position that would be at in the season so far. So this is why we need more, because we've got kids, we've got project youth players already. We've got ESR, we've got Saka, we've got Martinelli, we've got these players. Do you know what I'm saying? Now it's time to go and get proven. Well, I mean, Zaha hasn't really won anything, but he's a top player. He's a player that could win something at the right club. So that's how I feel about Zaha. Let me know how you guys feel about Zaha and if you would take him or not. I will be getting into you guys' comments, so don't think that I'm ignoring the comments. You just keep firing away you lot's comments. Would you take Zaha or not? I did want to get into some stuff though. I've titled this video for Arsenal to go all in for the title in January, or Arteta go get your P45, and I stand behind that. Yeah, if this club do not show the ambition that is necessary, and these feelings that want to stress me out up until May, yeah, I swear down, I'm gonna flip out. Yeah, I'm not having it. But I have to keep it real. There's a reason why I feel like that. For the last almost 20 years, Arsenal have been nearly men. We nearly signed Cristiano Ronaldo. We nearly signed this player. We nearly signed that player. We were linked all the time to Higuain. Then we were linked to Draxler. Then we were linked to this player and that player. And this is why I'm pessimistic when it comes to Arsenal going in the transfer window and doing what needs to be done. Since 2004, I've not seen Arsenal go in the transfer window and do what needs to be done. Every transfer window or every year, there's always, we needed this, we needed a striker, we needed a midfielder, or we needed a defender, we needed a CDM, or we needed a cam, or we needed this, we needed that. I never see Arsenal actually go all out there and actually go and get what needs to be got. And this is why I have the opinion that I have. Because up until I see it, I'm going to keep calling it out. And what I hate about Arsenal is it's easy for Edu to say that we should be striving for titles. It's easy for Arteta to say we're ahead of schedule and we're trying to go for titles in a club of this stature. You guys speak a big game. Now go out there and do what needs to be done. Because I'm sick and tired of every year it's about, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do that, and we flop and we don't do what needs to be done. The reason I feel like that is because when you look in the past and a lot of players that we could have got, yeah, these are the players that we missed out on. Cristiano Ronaldo, when he was at Sporting Lisbon, yeah, and he was 17 years old, he came to Arsenal's ground, and we allowed Man United to sniff him away from us. Obviously, Sporting had a match against Man United, and obviously he played so well that Fergie inquired about him when in serious and took him, and the rest is history. We already know that scenario. Imagine if we were more proactive, we were more serious about our target, and we went and got Cristiano Ronaldo. You know, that time where Piers got up the Arsenal shirt to Ronaldo and had the number 7, that is something that could have been. You know what I mean? But it didn't happen. That's a player that we missed out. Lionel Messi. A lot of people don't know that we missed out on Lionel Messi. As it says here, Wenger revealed in 2001. Let me get this up so you lot can see this, so you know that I ain't chatting crap. Wenger revealed in November 2021 that he attempted to sign Lionel Messi in 2003 during the same summer that he bought another wonder kid in Cesc Fabregas to the club. Messi we were interested in, but it was not possible, Wenger said. Barcelona had Fabregas, Messi, PK in the same generation. We tried to get them. Messi was not possible. Barcelona extended his contract. Fabregas wanted to leave. PK as well. Well, why didn't you get Fabregas and PK? But Messi was a player that we could have got. But we didn't. Another player that we missed out on. Luis Suarez. Anyone remember Luis Suarez? Arsenal thought they were about to sign Luis Suarez from Liverpool in the summer of 2013 when they tabled a bid of £14 million plus 1 penny. I remember that. I remember seeing that. That was embarrassing. That was one of the most embarrassing times to be an Arsenal fan. I can't lie. That was just beyond pathetic. The Gunners believed this would trigger the Uruguayan's release clause, but Liverpool held firm despite the attacker's desire to move to London. Suarez stayed for one more year at Liverpool before joining Barcelona a year later. And obviously, Suarez went on to form the famous MSN. Yeah, the famous MSN that won everything. So there you go. Another player that could have elevated Arsenal alongside Ronaldo and Messi and all that. Going to other clubs, and because Arsenal weren't serious, because Arsenal dragging their feet, because Arsenal putting £40 million plus 1 penny just to trigger a release clause, pissed off Liverpool, and that's why Liverpool was just like, nah, you lot are taking the piss. He's staying here, he ain't going nowhere. So we missed out on Suarez. N'Golo Kante, remember, we paid more for Granit Xhaka than N'Golo Kante. Who's had the better career? Who's been the better player? Yeah? Put it in the comments. I'd love to hear what you lot got to say, because this is another player that we didn't go out and get when we needed to go out and get it. And this list, this is just showing you exactly, and it's just getting me vexed, yeah, because so many times we need to go out and do things and we don't do it. And this is the list that we're looking at. This is the list that we're looking at. Former Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger revealed in 2017 that he attempted to sign Kante before he joined Leicester from Cien in 2015. Wenger also tried to buy Kante a year later when he left Leicester for Chelsea in a big money move. I tried to sign Kante, but he was in France. And when he was at Leicester, Wenger said, "We can't explain everything. Transfers are transfers, but it's quite obvious when you look where he has gone." Why didn't you get it done? Why didn't you get it done? How come Leicester were able to scout a player like N'Golo Kante and Mahrez and Jamie Vardy? Why can Arsenal do that? I don't understand. Why didn't we go in for him? Yeah, because I'm sure you can outbid Chelsea. Yeah. Why can't we? We've got the money. It's a myth that we don't have the money, because we always had the money. Yeah, but it is what it is. Yeah, Arsenal dragging their feet, lost out to another player, Luke Suarez and N'Golo Kante. The next one, Vincent Kompany. Arsenal tried to sign Man City legend Vincent Kompany in 2006 after he burst onto the scene at Anderlecht. Then the 20-year-old strongly considered the Gunners, but instead joined Hamburg as he wanted first-team football. I had meetings with Arsene Wenger himself at Arsenal, Kompany's agent said at the time. But heading to an absolute top club immediately was not the right solution, because Vincent is someone who feels alone in an environment where he's not properly valued. Well, Vincent Kompany that won so much silverware with Man City, that became a Man City legend, that became the rock at the back for Man City over various campaigns. Arsenal missed out because Arsenal wasn't proactive, because Arsenal didn't do everything they needed to do to convince a top player. It is what it is. Lost out to Vincent Kompany. Paul Pogba, one of the greatest Bosman transfers in football history, came in the summer of 2012 when he joined Juventus. Paul Pogba for free from Man United. Arsenal was interested. Arsenal attempted to capture Paul Pogba on a Bosman themselves back in 2012. Things happened very quickly. Arsene Wenger explained in 2014, we were interested in him. We tried to get him to come here, but he quickly signed for Juventus. Well, that's okay then. Don't worry. That's all right then. Yeah, that's all right then. Just missing on targets. Yeah, I always see this club. We never go into a transfer window. The thing is, we missed out to Juventus. We missed out N'Golo Kante to Chelsea. We missed out. When do we ever go into the transfer window? The first week of the window, we sign players. The next week of the window, we sign another player. We drag our feet. We go Arsenal. This is the process of Arsenal in the transfer window. Transfer window opens. We're linked to everybody under the sun. First week, we do nothing. Second week, we sign someone. The third week, we don't sign someone. The fourth week, we don't sign someone. Going into the last day, we quickly try and panic buy when we got an injury and the window's closed. So at the end of the day, I'm not hearing none of this chat yet, because Arsenal never move proactive. Arsenal never move quick enough, and we always move reactive. And this is why I say what I say. Now we get into another one. But the club, this is the thing with Arsenal. They never want to talk about the history, because they know when they look back in the history, they're going to have to call themselves out. They know the bullshit that they have, and they can't spin the PR bullshit that they try to spin to the rest of the fans. And I'm not having it. I am not having it. We have failed so many times to get top quality players, because this club don't want to spend the money, because this club rather take the cheapskate way because this club don't want to do what it takes to compete. And this club, for a very long time, was too comfortable in getting Champions League football. Too comfortable. As long as we get top 4, that's it. Wenger said it's a trophy. Get the Baileys out. Yeah, cheers. Get the Baileys out. Epa. Primuziku. Put the tunes on. Get the barbecue on. Get the churrasco on. Get everything. Listen, everyone gets the bonus. Arsene Wenger's is the highest paid manager at the time in the world. And we're just going to keep going with this PR bullshit about we ain't got money when we're only paying the mortgage off. Yeah? That gets paid off every time we qualified for Champions League in the first place. But it is what it is. Next player that we didn't go and get, Yaya Toure, another player that Arsenal let slip through their hands. Arsene Wenger has often said one of the biggest regrets of his career was that him being prevented to sign Yaya Toure in 2003. It would be up there on my old top list of regrets. Arsene Wenger admitted he had an agreement with us, and it's not because we didn't want to sign him that he went to Ukraine. So you're telling me that the player Yaya Toure preferred to go to play in Ukraine than to play for Arsenal? That to me stinks of BS. That to me stinks of merda. Yeah, you didn't try hard enough to get him. How the hell are we getting pipped to Yaya Toure getting pipped away for us to go play in Ukraine? Make that make sense. Make that actually make sense. Cool. Next player, Jadon Sancho. Arsenal, Jadon Sancho quit Manchester City for Borussia Dortmund in the summer 2017, believing the club would offer him a better chance of fulfilling his undoubted potential. Sancho was a massive hit in the Bundesliga before returning to Manchester United in his past summer. But Arsenal tried to take him from Man City themselves. I wanted to take him from Man City when he didn't get the games, Wenger told beIN Sports. I tried to lure him because he's from London. I tried to get him to Arsenal. Well, Arsene Wenger, you got a whole list of shoulda, woulda, coulda. Let's go through the list. Let's just recap the list. Shoulda, coulda players that Arsenal didn't do enough to go and get. Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, Luis Suarez, N'Golo Kante, Vincent Kompany, Paul Pogba, Yaya Toure, Jadon Sancho. Now, that's not all of them, obviously. And I understand. Listen. In a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. In a list of 8 players, why couldn't we at least get, I don't know, half of them, at least 4? Why not? Why not? I don't understand. Every time I keep seeing those quotes from Wenger, it's, oh, we tried our best. I don't give a shit about trying your best, bro. I don't give a shit about trying your best, bro. Go out there and get what needs to be got, because I'm sick and tired of us nearly getting these players, nearly getting this. And then after, you get the manager talking about, oh, we nearly. I don't give a shit about nearly, bro. We didn't get him, innit? And these players went on and won everything that you have to win in football in other clubs. So this is why I'm looking at this January transfer window and saying, I'm not having it. These men already took the piss in the summer. I'm not having these men take the piss again. You know what I'm saying? I'm not having it. Go out there, Edu, get the hell out of the flipping Rio Carnival, yeah? Get out of Rio Carnival, take the glitter out your face, yeah? Because it's obviously blurring your eyes, and see that there's players like Ounahi, players like Amrabat, players like Zaha, players like João Felix that we need at this club if we're going to be serious to win the town. I don't care what you guys need to do to pull it off. Get it done. I don't want to hear anything else. I don't want to hear we tried, we spoke to, we was in contact. I don't give a crap, bro. I'm in contact, but I don't care about you if you're in contact. Get it done. Get it done. Because I want to see my club win the major honours. I want to see my club win the Champions League, which I've never seen in my life. So go and get it done. I'm sick and tired. It's embarrassing. This list is embarrassing. Every club can't sign every player. I understand. But that list is a disgrace. That list is a disgrace. But the club ain't going to tell you about that, because they're going to wait and see that and hope that most of the Arsenal fans that are lively online right now were only born in 2004 and are not going to research a lot of these things, or weren't even there to see a lot of times when we bidded for Luis Suarez, £40 million plus 1 penny, and all these kind of stupid, ridiculous offers that we made to teams and to players that were top world-class players. Do you get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, the club, this is why Arsenal don't want to talk about George Graham era. I wish Arsenal spoke about George Graham. I wish Arsenal, my era wasn't George Graham. I didn't see George Graham. Do you know what I'm saying? George Graham winning the Cup Winners' Cup. I had to do my own research to find that out. Why didn't the club talk about the past? Because they know our past is littered with winning and being competitive and not settling for mediocre. They can't sell to the fans, except being eighth and then fifth and Project Youth that we don't know when the date's going to end, and going into January and saying, we may sign someone, we're not going to try. They know they can't sell that if they show you the heritage of this club. Because the heritage of this club, the reason we're the third biggest club in England is because the heritage of this club is to win. It's to compete every year. It's to win major honors. So they're not going to tell you that. They're not. You're going to have to do the research yourself. And at the end of the day, luckily, we've got YouTube. So just YouTube it. Just YouTube it. And you're going to see the heritage of this club. Listen, big up to all of you lot. You lot already know. We keep the standards up here. We don't drop the standards over here on Northside LDN. We keep the standards up here. The standard is to compete and do everything in your power to compete. Yeah, and not make excuses about VAR and referees and all that bullshit that most super fans want to be talking about. So at the end of the day, Arteta, make sure you do what needs to be done, or I want you and that bum Edu to get your P45 and bounce out the club if you lot don't do what needs to be done. Because if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. Let that seep in. Let me repeat it one more time, caramba. Bang! If you're not part of the solution, you are part of the problem. If you're sitting there and allowing the cronkies, to not give you the backing, and then you want to come and do PR stunts, then you're part of the problem. That's how it is. But listen, let's get into the comments. Let's get into you lot's comments because I've spoken enough. You know what I'm saying? Big up to D1, man. Always logged in, man. Listen, big up to you, bro. You're here every stream, bro. Everyone smash that button on your way in, people. Support my brother, caramba. Big up to you, man. John as well, big up, bro. Big up, bro. Big up to you, man. Hope you're all good. Mia familia, you already know, man. Tamzaki, caramba. Tamzaki. Big up Northside, keeping consistent. If Tex don't deliver this season, then should grab his coat and slam the door on the way out, bro. Don't even call him an Uber. Just kick him out and lock the door and say, "Listen, we're closed." You know, like how they kick you out in the nightclub. If you're still the last person at the very end, they just kick you out. You know what I'm saying? Just kick him out. I ain't got time for it, man. This is a results business, and we're seeing the emergence of Newcastle. We're seeing Man United apparently going to get bought out as well. I'm seeing, what is it, Amazon or whatever? The owner of Amazon want to go and get Man United. And listen, we already know, yeah? Let's keep it at 100, yeah? Man United are a bigger club than Arsenal, yeah? In terms of trophies, yeah? The fan base is they're probably a bit bigger. But Man United, yeah, are already able, with the Glazers taking up dividends out of Man United, are still able to spend more than Man City, yeah? Imagine they get owners that are like the ownership of Man City, that run the club properly, that can pump in money, that don't take dividends, and then you already got all the riches of Man United on top of that. Man United will be a problem. The problem with Man United has never been commercial, financial. It's always been direction and who's running them. Once they get that right, Man United are a problem. Let's keep it real. So Arsenal have to do everything we can to get up there and pip Man United. Do you know what I'm saying? We have to. We have to before they get bought out. Ounahi had a great tournament, but I fear he might be too slight for the Premiership. Fabio Vieira once again. Listen, big up to you, Manny, bro. Big up to you, bro. And I hear what you're saying, but at the end of the day, every player's a risk. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we've seen established ballers come to this league and not be able to do it. And then we've seen players that you're not expecting to be sourcing to come here and source. So you never really know. Do you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, you never really know, like, if he can do it or not. And for me, at 22 years old, I'm up for taking the risk, because the performance that I saw from him, I think this guy's a baller. I'll be real with you, man. I think he's a baller. But I hear your concern. Obviously, I have the same concern about João Felix, but I hear you, bro. Northside, I want Mudryk, Felix loan, and Tielemans. If it's a loan, with an option to buy, then I'd be on that. maybe Felix with the option to buy may be better. He can come. We can see if he's able to adapt to the Premier League, and then we have the option. We don't have the obligation to buy. So that's not a bad shout, to be honest. To be fair, the Moroccos are quite physical though. But I like that physicality. We had that physicality with the Invincibles. You know what I'm saying? We had the physicality with teams that won doubles and stuff. So I want that physicality back. That Amrabat as well is different gravy. That's what I'm saying, man. I want this guy, bro. Amrabat and Ounahi, bro. That's the campaign I'm on. I need to get a Moroccan flag. Yeah, because that's what I'm on. Go get me Ounahi and go get me Amrabat right now. And then go get me Rafael Leao or go get me Ivan Toney and etc. But I want them two Moroccan brothers there, man. They're hard, man. Agreed on Amrabat. Yeah, listen, bro. Come on, man. Amrabat is levels, bro. Newcastle, Wolves, Roma, Leicester, and Barca are all looking at him as well. D1 bidding wars. I don't know why a lot of fans that trust process say that we will win 5 titles in the next 10 years and don't want to push for the league this year. Is that what they're saying? I don't listen. I got Twitter, but I don't use it and I don't go on it, so I don't know. I just got it so no one can use my name on Twitter. So I don't know what people be saying on Twitter. On IG, I sometimes see a couple of things, but I'm not always seeing. I don't know. Where did you hear Arsenal fans saying that? The super fans. I've not seen them say that, to be fair. But listen, I agree. Listen, I believe you. I believe that some deluded Arsenal fans may say that. But listen, bro, these men chat shit. Like, there's no. What are they going off that we're definitely gonna be winning 5 Premier Leagues? I mean, look how great Liverpool have been under Klopp. Yeah, in the time he's been there, and look how much they've won. I'm not saying they ain't won a lot, but have they dominated the Premier League? No. And Man City ain't going nowhere. So how are we winning 5 Premier Leagues in 10 years with Man City here, with Newcastle emerging, with Liverpool still there, thereabouts, and going to be recruiting to go again? I'm seeing that. I saw reports that Liverpool are trying to go for Enzo Fernandes, the midfielder from Benfica. So where are these men getting this from? Well, everyone else is just going to stand still where we just get better, but everybody else stands still. Like, honestly, man, some Arsenal fans are just so clapped, man. I can't lie, man. I love Baileys these days. I can't lie, man. I love Bailey. This is the Audi one, though. This ain't the original one, but it tastes exactly the same. I'm telling you, Audi, they're the one, man. They make the best replicas. I don't care. Out of all shopping centers, they make the best replicas. But anyway, I will be bitterly disappointed if we don't sign anyone. Bro, I'm telling you, I'm going to lose it. I don't even want to think about that. I'm just going to wait. I want to see what this club does, but I'm not having it. I will be disappointed with only Mudryk. Yeah, so would I, bro, because only Mudryk isn't enough. So I completely agree with you, bro. I have a feeling Saka is not going to sign a new contract and he's going to snake us and go Man City. Then Mudryk is the replacement. I can see that, bro. I can see that. And if we don't match the ambition of Martinelli and Saka with the way they're developing, eventually we will just be a training ground for them. We'll be a training ground for them to move on to Man City, to move on to Real Madrid and Barcelona's of this world and Bayern Munich's of this world. I've seen this happen a billion times with Arsenal. So if we don't start matching their ambition, listen, they I wouldn't even say snake us. Players have got a very short career. You can't begrudge a player for wanting them going to win, major honors if your club is not being run to do that. If the owners don't want to be ambitious enough, it's not the player's fault that he has that ambition and he's got a short playing time and he wants to go and win. I don't think any of us would begrudge Harry Kane leaving Spurs. I think he's got 12 months left on his contract. I don't think any of us would begrudge Kane if Kane now wants to go seek a team that's able to win something now. Spurs fans can't begrudge him. They cannot begrudge him. He's given everything and his career is short. He needs to go win something. And the same with Saka. Like, at the end of the day, he's not stupid. Him and his agent already know. They know they got Arsenal by the balls. Whatever they say they won in wages, Arsenal have to pay it. Because it's not like there's a lack of suitors out there for Martinelli and Saka. So, especially with the World Cup that Saka just had on top of everything else, Starboy is sourcing. So, it is what it is, man. Arsenal, if any Arsenal fan want to come in the chat and talk like, I'm not saying any of you have. I haven't seen any yet. But if any of them want to go against what I'm saying, well, guess what? These players that you love, they will leave. because they want to win something. They want to leave, man. You don't get Totties and players like that no more, man. You don't get them players there. You don't get Steven Gerrards no more these days. They're rare. They're rare in football. They're rare. Amrabat has looked superb in a defensively solid team. Looking forward to seeing him getting slagged off when the team who average 70% spends 35 mil on him and he doesn't have the same impact. Listen, it's all about trying. Some transfers work, some transfers don't. Do you know what I'm saying? But at least you try. You know, at least you try and go and get those players. There's no guarantee. When I always said it, when Di Maria and Alexis Sanchez both came to the Premier League, I saw a lot more people when Di Maria went to Man United. A lot more people said that Di Maria is the more established player. He's the better player. Man United got the better winger. Alexis Sanchez is the one that was more consistent. Alexis Sanchez is one of the best players in the Premier League, if not the world, at that time. So at the end of the day, you never know. You never know. Do you know what I'm saying? You never know. So listen, for me, I would take the chance because I'm telling you right now, if we don't take the chance, it's going to be the same old crap. We didn't take a chance in January last season, and what did we do? We didn't even get top 4. So continuing with El Nenes and Lokongas, I already know what we're going to do. We're going to do nothing. So no AFC Saka would sign. Who knows in the future if Kroenke sells? And then we have the capacity to compete with City and PSG. I would take Amrabat at Man City and sell Calvin Phillips. I like Phillips, but he's always gets injured too much. Yeah, a lot of people have been talking a lot about Calvin Phillips, man. Listen, let's see, man. Listen, obviously I don't watch Man City week in, week out. I think Calvin Phillips is a player there, but he needs to be fit. You've got to be careful because I've seen players like Diaby have so many injuries that you never saw the best of him because his injuries took away his prime, took away his legs, took away everything, his form, So hopefully it doesn't happen with Calvin Phillips because I hate to see a talented player be, injured all the time. Ounahi needs to be at the carpet. However, crazy to think that this guy was playing third tier of French football 2 years ago. Well, wasn't Mahrez? I think Mahrez and N'Golo Kante before they went to Leicester. I swear they were playing like third tier football and stuff like that. Second tier football as well. It's mad. It's mad. It is actually mad. But yeah, what are our scouts doing? I don't know what they're doing, man. Because it seems to be in these lower divisions, a lot of talent seems to be coming out. What's this? I can't lie. I think Tielemans is overrated. I agree. I actually agree. I do think he's overrated as well, bro. Milinkovic Savic is actually a decent player. Bro, seen him quite a lot this season and last season, but I would say he is the best. I would not say he's the best midfielder in Serie A. Fair enough. I think I've heard some people say that. Obviously, I don't watch Serie A week in, week out. I don't even watch the Portuguese league week in, week out. I just watch Benfica. So there you go, man. It is what it is. Everyone that watches Serie A seems to really rate Milinkovic Savic, but I'm just kind of done with it. I'm done with Savic and Tielemans. Yeah, man, it's getting boring now. It's getting boring. Hello, Northside. Remember me, Jacob with the Draco. Long time, my guy. Been away for a while. Look, big up to you, man. Listen, I know what it was, man, as well. I wasn't really, during the World Cup, I haven't really been dropping Arsenal content, but we're back. We're back. I know a lot of you are subscribed to the channel for Arsenal content. So you're getting back what you subscribed for. So listen, good to see a lot of you back, and it's Arsenal content. I knew with the Portuguese content, I knew a lot of you ain't Portuguese. A lot of you don't support Portuguese, the Portuguese national team. So it is what it is. I wasn't expecting major views or whatever like that. But we're back to Arsenal content, back to talking about the club. And to be honest, good riddance because that was just too much stress for me watching Portugal. Bro, what's your thoughts on Tomiyasu? Bro, my thoughts was I forgot about him. I actually forgot about Tommy. I'm there to talk about Cedric, and I thought, bro, he's average. He's average, just like Cedric. Tomiyasu's average. He's average. Don't let the super Arsenal fans trick you. He's average, bro. I don't think he's trash. I don't think he's amazing. We need better. Ben White can't defend properly. No, he can't. Ben White ain't that great of a defender. You'll see. He's getting put in his ass on the Dubai Super Cup. Who's getting put in his ass, bro? How are you getting put on your ass on a friendly? Like, what's going on? It wasn't even a full-strength AC Milan team. I don't know. I don't know if you saw the Super Cup game, but I did. And yeah, Ben White didn't look that great. Obviously, he's more shocking as a centre back. He's better as a right back, but I don't think he's all that. I'm telling you that Ben White ain't all that. We'll see. We'll see. Time will tell. But I can't lie, he is Portuguese. But Cedric Suarez is a shocking defender. He's dead, bro. He's dead. What's this? Oh my god! Listen, if you believe what you say, why don't you show me your picture, bro? Why are you hiding your face? To be fair, it might be that you're butters, but Northside, shut up, man. Spurs are a bigger club than Arsenal. We have a bigger stadium. Kane, Conte, and Champions League football. What do Arsenal have? Okay, cool. How many trophies have you won with all of this? Finishing above Arsenal, having Kane, having Conte, having Champions League football. How many trophies have you won? Okay, next question. Do you know what I'm saying? Like these man chat so much shit. Even with Arsenal being shit, we still pick up trophies. Even through this shit period, we still pick up some sort of trophies. I can't see Jesus playing for time. Can't rush back the knee injuries. Yeah, bro, 3-4 months. Season's almost done. And then he needs to get back into full fitness. I can't see it. I don't think we're seeing him this season, if I'm being honest with you. Cedric worth between 5-6 mil. Bro, when I saw Solanke, is it Solanke? From Liverpool go to Bournemouth for 20 mil, I'm thinking, bro, do you know what I mean? We need to be able to finesse teams as well. Give us Paulinho. Evening Northside and all in the chat. Big up to you, Arsenal Manic. Big up to all of you lot. Fear of Black London. All of you lot, man, that are locked in. Love, man. Love for tuning in, man. Zaha is always linked to Arsenal. Bring Zaha to North London. I was reading today that Arsenal and Tottenham both want him. Not sure what player you're on about. I think clubs in the Premiership will add a bit. Will bid a max of 10 mil for Cedric. He's an average player. Yeah, probably. Northside, I know Cedric is your compatriot, so please don't be offended by this, but he's not good enough to elevate us like several other current players. I agree, bro. I agree. I don't really rate Cedric like that. Respect Northside. Big up to you, bro. BX Gunner back in the cut. Zaha plays in my ends. I'm telling him to come Man City. Come replace Mahrez. What's this? Right, people. I'm going to need to jump off. Something's going on with my boiler. Flip it out. I almost fell online. Listen, something's going on with my boiler. I'm literally going to have to bounce. Sorry that I can't read everyone's comments. There's so many comments. Hold on a sec. Let me see if I can... Hold on a sec. Let me see if I can come back. Let me try not cut off the stream. All right, hold on, people. Let me... One sec. There's something going on with my boiler. Right, people, let me just quickly read some of the last comments, and then I'm gonna have to go, man, because my boiler is leaking. Unfortunately, I wanted to get through all the comments, but it's not going to be possible. Sorry, guys, but listen, love for all the support anyway. Let me go through. Would you take Kane at Arsenal for 2 to 3 years? Yep. I would take Harry Kane at Arsenal. No problem. It worked well for us last time we got a good player from Spurs, Sol Campbell. So yeah, I'll take him. Not all top players are snakes. There are loyal ones like Holding. This guy, man. My Portuguese team is Braga. Nah, man, I'm Benfica, man. Come on, bro. Big up, Northside, big up, bro. Big up to all of you lot, man. Big up to all of you lot tuning in, man. Love, man. Love for the support, man. It is what it is. Respect to everyone. Hit that like kindly. Come on, man. Hit the likes, people, man. You know what I mean? The content's here. But listen, I'm going to have to bounce, people, because my boiler is leaking and I need to fix it. Thank God I'm a gas engineer, isn't it? That is my profession. So luckily, I can kind of sort out my own boiler. But I don't have all the tools. But if I had all the tools, I can do everything. But yeah, where I work at the moment, I don't work with gas boilers. I work with steam boilers. But it is what it is. Northside, I would prefer Trossard over Mudryk. I would take Trossard. Listen, this January transfer window, I'd go for a Trossard over a Mudryk as well. I can't lie. Yeah, I can't lie. I can't lie. He's Premier League proven. He's been sourcing. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Northside, bro. Arsenal need Amrabat. Guys, listen. Big up for all the comments, man. There's so many comments. Unfortunately, I'm not able to go through all of them. My boiler is leaking. But it is what it is. It is what it is, people. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Make sure you're subscribing, or make sure you're hitting the like button or hitting the dislike button. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm already thinking about the boiler because I need to go fix it. Anyway, people, big up to everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow. Make sure you hit the like button on your way out or the dislike button on your way out. You can also drop a comment after I go live as well. I'll try my best to read it, and I'm out. Safe.